Hello, hello, and welcome to the first video in our three-part video series called Sales Funnels Made Easy. The reason I called it Sales Funnels Made Easy is because for an unknown reason to me, and hopefully by the end of this three-part series also to you, sales funnels are considered very complicated and overwhelming. This is not true. This is not the case, and I hope that by the end of this three-part series, you're going to feel the same. Good, accurate sales funnels can grow your business and be amazing. And once you understand how they work and how you can create your own, it's actually very simple. And this is what I'm going to try to show you. I'm going to cover everything you need to know. So on the first video, this video, I'm going to talk about Sales Funnels 101. We're going to talk about the basics. What is a sales funnel, why you need it, why you can't afford not to have it. These videos are going to be short. I'm not going to waste your time. It's not all fluff and all kinds of crappy information. This is very short and to the point because I want you to understand and I don't want to overwhelm you. So in video number 1, we're going to cover the basics. In the next video, part 2, we are going to talk about the single funnel that I used to make sales for $80,000 selling a $99 product. Now, this is very important because in most cases online, at least in my experience, all these gurus, they talk about $2,000 products. So they basically sell you a product for $2,000 and then teach you how to sell a product for $2,000. This is not my experience. This is not how my business is built. And this is also not the experience of most of the people in my community. In most cases, their price point is lower. They don't have a big list, at least when they start. They don't have big budgets. So everything is smaller. But I want to show you with this single funnel that I created for a $99 product without any upsell, how I made $80,000 in sales in 17 months. So we're going to see all of that in the next video. And in the last video, video number 3, I'm going to share with you 5 classic funnels. So I'm going to show you different models and different ways of creating funnels to sell pretty much any product, any price point, any industry. So I am sure it will cover what you need. And in fact, in most cases, you can use several of these funnels. But these are classic funnels that have been tested and work for many, many years, not only for me. Some of them I use regularly, some I don't because they don't fit my business, but they may fit yours. So we're going to go over that. Before we move on and before I dive in, I want to talk to you about a few quick things, okay? First thing I want you to know and understand is something that I learned from my friend Bushra Azhar, and that is that people don't know what they want. They show us what they want, but they don't know what they want. They can't articulate it. And this is where sales funnels come into place. A sales funnel is the process by which we take a prospect and turn him or her into a paying customer, a buyer, because they need to go through this process. They need someone to lead them to it. They don't necessarily know that they want it. They don't necessarily understand that they need it. And we create that. Those are the funnels, the systems by which we take prospects and turn them into buyers. Okay. So I want you to remember that because we will come back to it. And when you understand the psychology behind how people buy and why they buy, it makes more sense when you create your own funnels. So that is the first thing I wanted you to know. The second thing I wanted you to know is who I am. I am Netta Talmor. I am the creator of No Hassle website and all things No Hassle. And I am also the creator of No Hassle Funnels. I started my business, this business, No Hassle website, 2.5 years ago. But I have been an entrepreneur my entire life since my teens. So over 25 years now, believe it or not. I have done it all. I've seen it all. I have tried and failed in all things. But until I started No Hassle website, I never really had big success like I do now, which is very exciting to me and my family. But what I wanted to know is that when I started this business, I had nothing. I did not have a list. I did not have a big budget. I did not have any contacts. No one knew me in the industry. I started from scratch, but I had a good idea. And what I also had is plans on how to put everything together and have systems to grow my business. And this is what I'm going to share with you in this 3-part series, okay? The systems that you can put in place, these funnels that you can create and then just, give it to the world, and then they will attract and bring the right people that will eventually, some of them will become your buyers. Okay, this is what it's all about. So I want you to know that story about me. And the next thing I want you to know is very, very important before we dive in. If you see under this video, there is a button to sign up for the Putting the Fun in Funnels webinar that I'm going to do in a few days, where I am going to show you within an hour, more or less, how I create a complete funnel from start to finish. You're going to watch over my shoulder as I do that. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun for you. It's going to have a lot of great golden nuggets, I promise you. And I'm going to do a giveaway where you can win some stuff. So I do recommend you go and sign up now before we even continue. Click now, and make sure to add it to your calendar and show up live, okay? Because you are going to see, when I show you this live, you are going to see exactly how you can create your own funnel from start to finish, okay? You can do it. You don't need to be a master of anything or understand or be a techie. You can do it, okay? So join me in a few days for the live webinar. Just sign up now. And now let's dive in. I am going to share the screen and see you on the other side. Just a second. Here we go. So welcome. Oops, just a second. To the Sales Funnels Made Easy first video, part 1, where we're going to talk about online sales funnels 101, the basics, okay? By the end of this very short training, you are going to understand what funnels are and why you must use them, okay? You must use them, believe me. If you want to grow your business and you want to grow faster than your competition, and you don't want to worry every morning, how am I going to get the next customer or buyer, then you want to implement what I'm going to teach you. So who am I? I briefly talked about it, but let me tell you just a little bit more. So again, I'm Netta Talmor. I'm a serial entrepreneur, sucker of all romantic movies, and a lover of midday naps. Those of you who know me know this is very true. My superpower is making the life of online entrepreneurs better by creating easy and super affordable solutions to seemingly complicated problems. My husband, you can see him here, and my 2 kids, my husband pointed out something interesting to me recently, and he said, all my businesses have always been the same idea. I always like to take complicated things or sophisticated processes and make them easier and smarter and cheaper. So No Hassle website, my current business, is just one in a long line of other businesses that I had. This has always been my passion, and I love teaching what I learned on the way. However, what I didn't share with you before is that despite working extremely hard over the last 25 years, being really smart, resourceful, hardworking, and creating very, very unique businesses that I can tell you more about another day, I never really had success. I've had some successes, but nothing sustainable. And I only really found success in the last 2.5 years with No Hassle website. So I've done it all. I've failed multiple times. I've struggled in ways that I doubt many of you have struggled, both economically and in other ways, just things that happened in life. And I'm here to share my story and my wisdom with you. And this is part of what I'm doing here with this series. Okay, so now let's get to the nitty-gritty part. What is a sales funnel? Simply put, a sales funnel is the process by which a prospect turns into a buyer. And I want you to understand, again, something important that I mentioned before. People don't just buy a specific product. They don't just wake up in the morning and buy something randomly. They go through a process that leads them at the end to open their wallet and get their credit card out and pay. This process is a sales funnel, okay? So even if you've never thought about it or knew about it, you have always been part of other sales funnels as a buyer, not necessarily as the business owner. In the good old days, sales funnels were simple, and they were done in a combination usually of things. For example, ads in the paper, radio commercials, mail, flyers. Sometimes you would see an ad and then they would ask you to call, and then they would talk to you or give you some kind of a pitch or offer you to come in or whatever it was. Or it could also have simply been someone knocking on your door and offering you a product. Okay, so these were the old kind of funnels. And this is a typical old style funnel, a newspaper or radio ad. You're then prompted to call and insert the number because they offered something or a special deal or consultation. And then at the end of that call, there may or may have not been a sale, but this is the process. Okay, this is how old funnels used to work. Nowadays, in the crazy world of online entrepreneurship we live in, sales funnels are in many ways more complicated, but in my opinion, also simpler, because you can do it all from the comfort of your own home on your desk for very cheaply or almost free, which is amazing. So, and for me, it's much easier. They are usually a combination of online ads, emails, social media posts, landing and sales pages, websites, opt-ins, all these things. You've seen them, you've been around. If you are here, then I know that you know what I'm talking about. If you ever bought anything on the internet, then you have been part of an online sales funnel, even if you've never thought about it or realized it. Okay, so this is one thing I want you to take from this video, is that you know what sales funnels are. It's not complicated. You are in part of them all the time. Okay, if you've ever clicked on an ad and ended up buying something, then you were part of a funnel. If you signed up for a freebie online, and I know you have because you're watching this video, so you must have signed up for my video series. If you ordered something in Amazon, Amazon now has 100 million households in the US alone that have Prime Amazon. Everyone orders things on Amazon, okay? If you signed up to Netflix, how did that happen? What was the process that brought you to choose Netflix and to sign up? That you were part of their own sales funnel. If you've ever booked a trip or a hotel online, you were part of an online sales funnel, okay? So this should not be new to you. This should not be overwhelming. The only thing you have to understand is from the perspective of the marketer, of the business owner. Okay, and that's what we're going to do here. So nowadays, for us, the digital era of funnels, a funnel can look something like this. You first see a Facebook ad, for example, you click on it. You're then prompted to give your email in exchange for a freebie. Once you do that, you get the first email that gives you the freebie, and then more emails, and maybe telling you about the owner, about the business, introducing new products, and then trying to get you to get to a specific offer, a sales page, and then buy. Okay, so this is the kind of sales funnels that we are more familiar with online. Okay, so this is just one type. I very much generalized it, but I think you understand the idea. So, if you have had any experience in marketing and sales in the past, online or offline, you probably have heard of this acronym IDA. It's, some people pronounce it differently. Sometimes it's different letters, different acronyms. Sometimes it has 5 stages, but basically it's the same idea. I want you to know this if you've never encountered it before. And if you are familiar with it, I want you to be aware of it, because it's a great tool for you, first of all, to look at other things, look at other marketing that other companies are doing. And also, from now on, always remember that you must take your prospect through this process and think about where you are missing parts and what you need to add, okay, or tweak. So let's talk about these 4 stages. The first one, the A, stands for awareness. This is where your prospect becomes aware of your brand and product. In the second stage, it's the interest. So your prospects just became aware of you, never heard about you before, maybe saw an ad, maybe a friend posted something, maybe in a group they saw something. It can be many, many things, right? But now they know you exist. That doesn't mean that anything is going to happen. They need to develop an interest in you or your product or your brand. So this is the stage where the prospect develops an interest in your product and knowing more about its benefits, the product itself or the brand, how they can help this person in their life, right? So this happens many times by the prospect himself or herself initiating something. So for example, they may go and visit the website of the brand, or they may ask about it or do some research about it. Or you may pique their interest and then they will consume whatever it is, you know, the freebie that you gave them or whatever it is. So awareness is step number 1. Interest is the second stage. Then comes the desire. So now they know about you. Now they have some kind of an interest, but it doesn't mean they have the desire. for your product. So this is what we want them to have, because you want your prospect to develop a desire for your product and brand specifically, not to someone else's, not just to understand that they have a problem and you can solve it, but that they want your answer, your solution. Okay, this is the desire stage. And the last stage is the action. Your prospect takes action to purchase your product. So with this in mind, I want to go back to the sequence, the funnel that I just showed you. And now you can look at it with a different kind of glasses, right? So the A here, as a reminder, stands for awareness. The Facebook ad would be the awareness stage in this case. So your prospect never heard about you. Suddenly they see you in a Facebook ad. So now they are aware you exist. Then if they have some interest, they will click on the Facebook ad and they will get to the opt-in page where you're offering a freebie. This will be the interest. They will, if they give their email, they're showing even more interest. Or at this point, like I mentioned before, they may go and check your Facebook page. They may ask about you. They may Google you. So that's the interest part. Then we want to get them to want to desire you, right? So this can be done through an email sequence. So the first email that you sent was with the freebie you promised them. But then you can have a few other emails that make them understand more about your brand, the product, why they need it, why they must have it now, right? You create a desire. And then if all goes well, then you will prompt them to go to your sales page, to your shop, to your cart, to your PayPal button to buy your product. That is when they take action, okay? So I want you to remember all of this. We're going to come back to it on all 3 videos. Okay, now let's talk about why you need a sales funnel. There are actually many more reasons, but I narrowed them down to the most important ones. An effective, smart, and accurate funnel can transform your business and bank account. This did not only happen to me, it happened to every business in the history that put in place a good sales funnel that works, okay? It can transform your business. It can systematically and automatically bring in paying customers so you don't have to constantly worry about it like we talked about it before. I can tell you from my own experience, and I will mention it again about my $80,000 funnel. I paused the funnel for 3 months a few months ago. It was unbelievable how much my sales went down, not only directly by the amount that I usually made by the funnel, but by the, it has a ricochet kind of effect. When you have a good funnel, then more people recommend you to other people, and there are sales that come indirectly. So this was an amazing experiment. I didn't plan it that way. I had logistic reasons. I was traveling and I stopped. I paused my campaign, and then I wanted to come back with something else. So I ended up not running this funnel for 3 months after running it for a full year nonstop. And it was just amazing how much my sales dropped. But it also made me very happy because I understood the power of it, and I just turned it back on in the last 2-3 months, and it's back to normal. So it's great. So it can turn your business and bank account. Another great thing about funnels is that you can use different funnels to match the optimal experience and offer to the right type of prospects. So there are different funnels for cold markets and for warmer and for hot audience. And there are different funnels for different type of offers and price points. So I have a funnel for my evergreen product. And I also have a funnel that I do when I run challenges, for example, which is a different funnel. Okay. So this is a great way to segment your offers and to segment your audiences and offer them the right experience, right? You want to take them through a process, and not everyone needs the same process. Someone that has known you for a long time can go to a funnel that is very short, and someone that as a cold audience that has never heard about you may need to go through a longer process. So this is a great way to understand this by creating specific funnels for specific needs and audiences. Another reason that funnels are great is that it helps build trust and nurture your relationship with your potential customers. I think this is clear to you, and it's self-explanatory. And the last reason you need a sales funnel, you must have a sales funnel, is because it works. Okay, So as promised, these are short and concise and to the point and not much fluff in them, hopefully. All good stuff. But I do want to talk to you about what next. First of all, I want to congratulate you. You are no longer a funnels newbie. Congrats, mazel tov. The second thing I want you to do is to do some homework. So I want you to think of a recent purchase that you made online and try to retrace the path. Remember the acronym IDA? So awareness, interest, desire, and action that led you to buy. So think about things like, when and how did you first become aware of this brand or company or product? Did you see any ads for it? Did you sign up for a freebie from them and then started getting emails? Did you visit their website? Did you do some research before you bought? And I would love, love, love for you to share your findings and your discoveries and your aha moments in the comments below this video, but not before you sign up for the Putting the Fun in Funnels webinar that I mentioned at the beginning. Please, please, if you haven't done it already, click now on the button below, put it in your calendar, and join me in a few days for the live webinar where I will put the fun in funnels and I will show you how I create a complete funnel from start to finish in about 1 hour. So that's it for video number 1. Please stay tuned for part 2, where I will share the single funnel that has generated $80,000 for me from a $99 product that doesn't have any upsells. Okay, guys, it was a pleasure. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.